Hello everyone, it's May 12th, Tuesday. I wanted to take a minute and just greet you on this day and declare that this is the day the Lord has made. I choose to rejoice and be glad in it. I wanted to take a moment to just come to you and tell you that your leadership, the leadership of the church, is having conversation. We are talking, we're discussing, we're thinking through issues of reopening, the challenges of reopening in the safest and most risk-adverse way that we possibly can. The reason why I want to just give you that information is to just, again, to tell you that our leadership is engaging in those conversations. We're not just ignoring the times in which we live, the seasons in which we live, with all of its challenges and at the same time with all of its opportunities. We really need wisdom. We need you. We want you to be praying for us. We recognize that throughout the nation, there are all kinds of different approaches to phased reopenings, whether it's in business, whether it's in retail, restaurants, and even within the church context. So we're just trying to gather what data, what information we can, and praying about it and trying to filter that through our local context. I certainly recognize that when it does come to the time where we announce that we will be reopening the building, that some of us will not be ready. Some of us will not be ready to engage in groups like that, or whether it's small groups or a larger group, just to be out in public. We recognize that. At the same time, we also recognize that a growing number of people are ready to be together. And again, as we just try to collect all of this information, do it with wisdom, do it with gathering all the best information we can. We're just seeking to be wise in that. Let me also say that when I announced this past Sunday that we would be announcing later this week just some aspects about reopening, when I talk about reopening, I'm talking about it in a broader context. I'm talking about it particularly in the context of the opportunity to gather. In other words, in my mind, and again, we're discussing all of these things, but in my mind, a gathering might look like a drive-up service. A drive-up service where our church family is able to come together, at least see one another from a distance. Probably most of you are already seeing one another from a good social distancing as you're out in the community, as you're out shopping or whatever it is. But the idea is that a drive-up service is that we can come, you're in your car with your family, and we do a service where we are together in that kind of context out in our church parking lot. I could see us doing that for a few weeks, leading into perhaps that time when actually our building will be reopened, and then we will, again, with all the safety precautions in place within the building, for us to gather safely.